It's a debate we're seeing on the federal level right now, the pros and cons of government workers working from home. But should state workers be required to go back to the office? Some members of the Kentucky General Assembly talked about that last night on KET's Kentucky Tonight. Here's part of that conversation.
Who's coming to the office to work, especially in our state government? We're going to have more production, more fruitful gains for the Commonwealth when everybody can get back to work.
So no remote work, you would say?
I'm opposed to it. I would love to see our beautiful buildings that are in Frankfort and throughout the state filled again with those employees getting to work. But to this point, if they're getting to work, the wages need to be there as well. But if they're not willing to come to work, but those that have the ability to work in their office and to collaborate with their colleagues, especially in the state government, they need to be there. I think there's more value in that, but that's not a one-size-fits-all issue. Private companies can be a little bit more flexible to do what they want if they feel like they're being productive in doing so.
There is healthy disagreement within our caucus on a lot of issues, and this is one of those issues. I don't believe that a move away from remote work is in the best interest of my constituents because currently, a lot of state employees are focused in the Frankfort area. So if you want to work in state government, you got to move to Frankfort for a lot of the jobs. Remote work has made it to where people in Fleming-Neon can work for Frankfort. So I understand that we do need to look at productivity in those workers, but I'm hesitant to say that we need to completely shift from that. We've seen a lot of good come out of this through the shifts that we've seen since COVID with the remote work. And I believe that we can tap into some talent in the state government that perhaps we wouldn't otherwise if we only allow it to be people within commuting distance of Frankfort.
I think really my managerial style has always been as long as the work's getting done, does it really matter where? And I was one who worked in an office 40 plus hours a week until the pandemic hit, and then I started working from home. And I might not have worked 40 consecutive hours or 8 consecutive hours a day. I worked far more than 8 hours a day. And I would be up until 2 o'clock in the morning after having done NTI with my kids, which is a whole nother conversation. But I still got the job done, and it didn't matter. I made every meeting that I was supposed to go to.
Our guests last night were all freshman members of the Kentucky House and Senate, and you can hear their conversations about the income tax, diversity, equity, and inclusion, the possible tariff impact on Kentucky, and so much more. It's all online on demand at ket.org/KY Tonight.